Today we're going to be reviewing the Firefly Thinline Tele. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the tone, and then we'll get into more of the aesthetics and stuff like that. So I'm going to be running through the Marshall DSL 40CR along with the Marshall cabinet. I don't remember the model number on that, but anyway, it has two 12-inch 7080s. And then the Marshall DSL has greenbacks. Now all of the overdrive and distortion is coming straight from the amp. The only effects that I'll be using is every channel will have a delay, the Boss Wazacraft DM2, and then just on the clean channel along with that delay, I'm going to be using the Joyo Vision, and it'll be on the vibe setting. So we're going to run through every channel to see how it takes clean tones and overdrives and distortions. There'll be 4 channels in total: the clean, the crunch, and then overdrive 1 and overdrive 2. On every channel, I'll be starting with the bridge pickup, then I'll go to middle and then neck. And you may be wondering if it has a good Tele country twang. Now, I'll let you be the judge on how you think it sounds. I think that it sounds good personally. It could be better. I am going to change out the pickups and put some real Tele pickups in there. I'm going to go ahead and change out the tuners. And then while I'm in there doing the pickups, I might as well go ahead and change out for good wiring and tone pots and all of that good stuff in the switch. More than likely, I'll change out the nut too. But straight out of the box, this is a really good guitar, whether you're a beginner and this is going to be your first guitar that you're going to learn on. I've actually used this at a gig just the way that it is. The only thing that I done to it was a simple setup. I adjusted the truss rod and adjusted the string height, the intonation, and all of that, and it was fine. The neck on this is perfect. You won't have to do anything to this neck. But I did actually use this on a gig, and I got a lot of compliments on it. I brought it as a backup guitar because, you know, if you're playing 4 or 5 hour shows, you're going to wind up breaking a string more than likely, especially as hard as I play. And my main guitar that I was using, my custom Strat, I wound up breaking a string on it, of course. So I used this a little bit more than halfway through the show. And I actually got several compliments on it. And before I told the people that was coming up, other musicians, that were talking about the Tele and wondering what it was. They couldn't believe that it was a $140 Amazon guitar. And I let a few of those people play it as well after the show, and they just couldn't believe it. I mean, yeah, it's got some flaws to it, but the playability of it, I mean, this is a great playing guitar. There's nothing wrong with the way that it plays. The pickups and stuff, those need to be changed because it could be better. But straight out of the box for $140, this is a great little guitar. Now, I will have to say I had the black matte version of this one as well. It wasn't that great. It had a rosewood fretboard, and the neck just felt sticky. There was no speed about it at all. The neck actually held you back. Be sure not to order the black matte of this because it was a totally different guitar. It just did not play like this one. It didn't sound like this one. I don't know if I just wound up getting lucky on this one and the rest of them are crap, or it's few and far between, but I can tell you that this one is great. The black matte one, it was not. I got rid of it real quick. Now, there are some imperfections in the paint job, but again, it's a $140 guitar. You can see there's little paint runs and stuff. I can see one there. There in the F-hole. You probably can't see it on the camera because you have to be pretty close to see it. But inside of that F-hole, where the blue paint was supposed to be, it just didn't cover all the way and could have used a second coat on the inside. On the white binding here, what they do with that binding is they take a heat gun and they mold that binding to the shape of this guitar. Well, when they done that in a few spots, they got it a little bit too hot, and that's why it's yellow right there. I don't know if you can see that on the camera there, but there's a few little spots there and right here where it is a little bit yellow. Other than that, I really don't think that you can complain at all about this particular guitar for it being $140, because at $140, you can put about another $200 in this and have a great sounding and already a great playing guitar. So it's a win-win. And it would be a great, great project guitar to do some extra mods to, you know, and kind of go crazy on and not have to spend a ton of money on. Now, I think I probably will get a different bridge and put on there as well. I don't think that you would have to. I've not ran into any problems with this guitar at all. It stays in tune really well. It plays amazing. It plays like butter. And for the pickups to be cheap, super cheap Chinese knockoffs, they sound decent. And on top of that, I really love the color. I think it looks really nice. In my opinion, all around a good guitar. Great playing guitar, but in total, a good guitar, especially for $140. I would rather spend $140 on this than go spend $200 on a Squire or an Epiphone. Now, don't get me wrong, I have a couple Squires and I have a few Epiphones, but they are the higher end Epiphones and Squires. Nothing in under $400 or $500. But this blows away any Epiphone or Squire that I've paid in under $200 for out of the water.